Hello, and welcome to another edition of A Saucerful of Sports multimedia video series. Today we'll be previewing the U.S. men's national soccer team's huge round of 16 knockout game versus the talented and balanced side of Belgium. The biggest question entering the match is whether or not the U.S.'s top striker, Jozy Altidore, will play. Altidore was listed as available by U.S. head coach Jurgen Klinsmann Monday afternoon, but whether or not he will start is uncertain. If he is to play 90 minutes or 9, Altidore brings a needed variable for the United States team. It's his hold-up, post-up, attacking game. And yes, if for many Americans it sounds similar to basketball, it's because it is. With his body mass index, leaping ability, and nose for shooting position around the penalty spot, Altidore is the soccer equivalent of a Dwayne Wade, cutting to the middle of the paint, posting up a smaller defender, and shooting a hook shot. Altidore showcased this in the States game versus Ghana to open the Cup, where in just 21 minutes played, Altidore managed a shot on goal, as well as 3 passes and 8 touches. Of course, Altidore went down with a grisly injury in the Ghana game, tracking down a precise long ball from the U.S.'s equivalent of a point guard and midfielder Michael Bradley. Altidore's injury can best be summed up as one similar to a thoroughbred, whose athletic ability sometimes is just too much for a Britty bottle to handle. Altidore is just that, a thoroughbred, with the U.S.'s 4th highest body mass index, and on that dead sprint play, his hamstring couldn't hold up. But much to the dismay of Klinsmann and the United States citizens everywhere, Altidore wasn't able to return for the rest of the group stage. So the U.S. was left with the next best option for the specific long prep formation for the rest of the game in Arjen Johansson. Johansson in the Ghana game was mostly an afterthought as the game proceeded, rarely challenging as his numbers dipped from those Altidore put up in a small 21-minute sample size. The U.S. moved on to qualify for the game versus Belgium with resilient efforts in their 3 group stage games. Still, without the likes of Altidore, the run will only last so long. Whether he returns Tuesday or not, it's that basketball-like variable. The U.S. will either gain or lose against Belgium. To best understand it is to break it down in an example from his only World Cup match. Here, in the 7th minute, Altidore sped the ball in perfect post position outside of the box. With his back to the goal, he is exactly like a basketball player, as he has 4 more options ready to make cuts off the ball towards the goal. Ultimately, Altidore finds the equivalent of a point guard at the top of the key in Michael Bradley, who then swings the ball to the soccer equivalent of the weak side of the field to create space for strong side cuts. Altidore is the premier option of those cutters who streaks diagonally, straight for his perfect post-up spot at the penalty spot. As he approaches, he sets up post position again while calling for the ball as it swings. And as the cross comes in, Altidore is in ideal position with space to use his athletic ability to sky for the ball and a potential score. It's a jack-in-the-box post-up mentality and ability similar to Wade or former Knicks Hall of Famer Bernard King, who coined the term with his post-up jump move. Altidore's jump on this play is unreal considering the tremendous athletic ability of the Ghana side. Here's the play in real time. Another example of Altidore's basketball-like post-ups comes from a U.S. game versus Germany before the Cup, the same German side the U.S. lost to 1-0 in their last game. It's a play you might see occur Tuesday against Belgium, as long ball specialist Graham Zusley is likely to start thanks to his solid recent play. Here, Jozy receives the ball and one times across as Altidore again streaks on a diagonal to his perfect post-up spot. On this play, Altidore will take the soccer equivalent of a hook shot, a one-timer off his right foot with the ball behind him. He's able to do it by establishing post position at the penalty spot and sealing off a closing defender, just like a basketball player would. Here's the play in real time. It'll be the biggest game in U.S. soccer history Tuesday, and with Belgium's massive backline headlined by the World Cup's 6th best-rated player by FIFA, one dubbed the Giant, Altidore's jack-in-the-box jumping ability and skill off the post will be needed like never before.